So what's up, everybody? Welcome to Minecraft One Day at a Time, Day 17, with me, your certified bumbling, brainless Bonehead. Now, this is editing Bonehead again, because it was about, I want to say halfway or 3/4 through Day 17 that I realized that OBS had not been recording my microphone. I happened to glance over there while I was talking, and the little bar that tells you how your volume's doing was not moving. So, up until this point, I'm going to do a little voiceover work and get spooked by a creeper in the game. I knew this was coming because this is now pre-recorded, which broke one of the diamonds. Was fine. Only it at least dropped the diamond. As you can see, day 16, we were down in the caves. We were finding copper. We were getting greedy, grabbing iron, but iron's always good to have. And I happened to find diamonds, so I wanted to stick around and grab those. So that is how we spend a lot of the beginning of the day. That is how we spend a lot of the beginning of the day. Now I had to smelt some of the iron that I'd grabbed to make a new iron pickaxe because the one I had broke, so I was left with stone. And that's currently in the furnace. That's why I haven't grabbed the diamonds yet. But it was also good because it helps me grab a lot more copper, which I end up with a little over 5 stacks here on its own. Now don't worry, we don't spend too much longer down here. I'm, of course, a little greedy and I can't help myself when I see ores around. And so I wind up going for them. Gotta, you know, I wanna grab everything so I don't have to come back, you know. But it doesn't always work out that way. And I actually frequently wind up leaving stuff behind. I'm very good at this, clearly. It winds up being 3 diamonds, which is awesome. And then I'm gonna grab a few more bits of copper. Of course, having to deal with some water. I had to swim all the way up there to get that copper to get in my inventory. It did not want to be in my inventory. But yeah, there's a little more copper, a little more iron around here that I decided to grab. Just to make sure that, you know, we have iron tools that'll last us until we can eventually pull together an iron farm. Which, is one thing I suffer under is I like to build, so I'm a slave to the automation because I don't want to have to grind for the resources, at least as much as I can. Now, this world is one where I can't necessarily rush into that, so, you know, we'll have to see what happens because it's very, very baby steps, small goals, you know? But, perhaps that iron farm will happen eventually. Just I can tell you, go ahead and tell you, it doesn't happen this week. It's a multi-day project for sure. Because, well, first we've got to make a villager breeder, and you know, all that other good stuff. So rather than waffling on about all that nonsense, though, we did a good chunk of day 16 with a story time, and I told the story of how there's 2 boneheads. Me, the Bonehead illustrations with the avatar and all that, and I actually have an original character named Bonehead. Oh, and at this point here, I decreed that I was going to stop being greedy and get out. So you see me trying to figure out how the heck I got into this cave in the first place. And then I fall down a hole because I started to get greedy again. I'm really good at this, guys. Really good at not getting distracted. So I told a story of how there's multiple boneheads, so I then will want to go into a story, another Minecraft story this time, about Mr. Scruffles. Now, Mr. Scruffles was back in 2020, not long after I got married. I was playing Minecraft, and I happened to tame an orange tabby cat in Minecraft. And I decided to call him Mr. Scruffles. And I just had him follow me everywhere because it was fun, you know? And I'm not one who gets attached much. Oh, and at this point, you can see, sorry for the interruptions, you can see I realized I couldn't find my way out, so I was just going to have to dig straight up. It winds up working out, you'll see in a bit. Anyway, I have this cat follow me just everywhere. And I did everything for about 3 real-life days in Minecraft with Mr. Scruffles. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Scruffles came down mining with me. And I was just digging around. This was before the Caves and Cliffs update, so you know I was digging through stone, diamond level, you know, which was Y11 at the time, if y'all remember that. And I happened to run into a little pocket of lava that started to spill out into the mines. Well, I quickly blocked off the lava and turned around to try and make sure that to run back and have Mr. Scruffles be out of the way of the lava so I could deal with it. But enough had gotten through that as I turn around and start to head the other way, it spreads out and Mr. Scruffles comes sprinting past me and goes right into like 2 pixel high lava and catches fire. And I did not have a water bucket on me, unfortunately. And so I'm panicking. I don't know what to do, and Mr. Scruffles unfortunately didn't make it. So that's the sad tale of Mr. Scruffles, but it goes a little longer than that, because not long after, my wife and I, of course, not having a lot of money, were on a buy nothing page for the town we were in, and happened to get like a garbage bag full of men's clothes for me to try on and see. Now you see I ran into some water, which brought me right up to the entrance of the cave system. And of course I see all this copper and I have to grab it. And one of those t-shirts was a Galaxy Cat shirt. If you don't know what Galaxy Cat is, it's an image of a bunch of stars in a galaxy, but in the shape of a cat and designed to look like a cat. Well, I decided that it was not a Galaxy Cat. In memory, it was the Ascended Mr. Scruffles. And so I would purposefully wear that shirt when I went to play Minecraft in memory of Mr. Scruffles. So there you go. There is the story of my Minecraft cat, Mr. Scruffles. And I've never had a Mr. Scruffles since, but maybe here on the channel we'll get another one if you guys would like that. So can't stop being greedy and night's about to fall. So the goal of today was to get out of the cave, make sure I had enough copper for the roof, which I'm pretty sure I did, and also smelt up some stone, because I decided on that we were going to do a stone brick floor for a new house. And so I have to get, of course, up to where Tiny House is. I have to get up to Tiny House to get furnaces rolling on that, because I don't have silk touch, so that means we have to smelt cobblestone. Thankfully, that came out of the ground pretty close. And at this point, I hear that cat, and I don't think anything of it, because it doesn't make sense to me that there's going to be a cat nearby, and I'm focused, right? So I'm like, okay. But later, you'll see that cat run past, and I'm very confused by that cat. If anyone wants to explain to me how there's a cat here when there's no village, no villagers. I thought cats specifically spawn in villages. But I'd be happy to hear in the comments why I'm wrong about that. A couple other things I wind up doing here. I set up a couple more furnaces. I checked for coal, and I only have the 7 left after refilling the furnace in Tiny House. So I realized that I'm going to have to play the charcoal game. So I set up a furnace here, and then I'm going to go and chop down the trees to get more. But first I take some of the logs I've already got. But we get those smelting into charcoal because we need the fuel. Yep, set another one there. I'll put stuff in that eventually. And so, let's see. Ah yes, I come over and I grab cobble to smelt into stone because that needs to get turned into stone bricks for our floor. And I point at the roof, probably to mention something about the floor. I'm not sure what I was saying. These are all very one take in the moment videos. They're a lot of fun to record. So I'm trying my best to capture that energy with this voiceover here. And I think in a minute, in just a couple minutes, is when I realized that the mic was recording and get it fixed. So, in just a little bit, editing Bonehead is going to have to say goodbye. I think it might be here. Well, as editing Bonehead, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And in just a minute, in the moment Bonehead will be back with you guys once I realize the mistake that I made, and just therefore prove that I am the bumbling, brainless Bonehead. So, yep, we'll pass you guys back to in person. Well, everyone, I just realized that for all of day 16 and most of day 17, my mic has not been recording. And I tested it before I started recording day 16, and it was showing up in OBS, and it was on, but for some reason OBS disconnected the source. So, I'm going to have to record some voiceover that you will have just heard for those 2 days, sharing some of the stories and some of the good times that happened. So, and unfortunately, the nature of this series is I can't redo those days. So, there's a little fun little happenstance for you. Always double check before you you record. That's for sure. Alright, well, that's good. We're gonna throw that up in there, get some more charcoal going. Since we harvested that tree, what I call the tree line, right? It's a line of trees. Now we've got a little bit more stuff in there, which is great. Let's get our copper slabs and keep working on the roof while we're out here. Now, unfortunately, the nature of a new house right now is that these guys can get, things can get up here, but we'll fix that soon enough. Alright. Ooh, spider eye, that's a good thing to have. Alright, well. Well done. I've just proven the bumbling and brainless part over and over and over again, haven't I? Well, for now. There we go. There's a little bit more stretch of roof. That's good. So now we just need to fill out this middle part here, which will be 3 long. I'll need to take that wood down. Is the offset door bugging anyone else? It's kind of bugging me. I want to have wood going up there. What do I do about that? I'll tell you what I do. I'm gonna put that there, and we're gonna actually have the roof come out just one more, a little bit more overhang. Yeah. Maybe? What if I just take this out entirely? If I take out the door frame, does it bug me as much? Oh, thank goodness that didn't fall very far. Well, it's a bummer I wasn't recording. We had a couple of good story times, you know? I'll re-record the story times, and don't you worry, guys. You'll have heard them. Told the story of Bonehead and how he came to be and how I became the Bonehead. And I think it was by not turning on my mic, or not making sure my microphone was recording. That's how I became the Bonehead. Yep. All right. Some stone brick slabs will be our floor. And I don't know that this will cover it right now, but let's go check on our copper. And let's go check on our charcoal. A little bit more, keeping that going. Alright, well, while we're waiting on that, never hurts to just do a few chores around the place, you know? Take care of our crops. And while we're at it, we can breed up our animals. One, two, three, four. Oh. Get back in. Back inside. Back inside. Everybody back corner, back corner, back corner. Okay, great. No leaving. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's grab the XP. Always good to have. And with that, guys, it is morning. So, after that unfortunate realization, we've reached the end of day 17. Alright, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy recording these, at least when I do it correctly. And we will see you guys tomorrow on day 18, where we're going to finish up the roof and the floor and finally have a nice start to new house. Have a good one.